The hearing of Mehul Choksi's deportation case in Dominican Court is going to resume this evening at 6:30 p.m. according to Indian Standard Time. This after the arguments in the case concluded yesterday. During the hearing, the Indian government argued that Choksi is still an Indian citizen and should be deported to India. India has also argued that his passport is not officiated and that he's a wanted criminal since Jan 2018. But what came as a setback to Choksi, the Dominican government also argued in favor of Mehul Choksi's deportation to India, saying that his plea should be dismissed. There was high drama in the court as Choksi appeared through Zoom app from the hospital, claiming he's feeling unsafe in Dominica and is ready to pay for his return to Antigua. So 6:30 p.m. is going to be that crucial hearing. Geeta will be bringing us up to speed with the very latest on this story and what can be expected. But the hearing in the deportation case is going to be resuming at 6:30 p.m. already. There's been one setback that has come in for Mehul Choksi. The arguments in the court are concluded yesterday, and during the hearing, Indian government argued that Choksi is an Indian citizen. He should be deported to India. Over to my colleague Akshita Nandagopal as she looks at the details we have on the Indian officials. What currently in Dominica to bring Mehul Choksi back?
So India sent across a whole team to Dominica in a jet. And let's get you all the details you need to know about the Indian contingent in Dominica. There is a Bombardier Global Express business jet that's currently stationed in Dominica, and it flew an 8-member Indian team to Dominica. You had CBI officer Sharda Raut, who's been identified as the team leader. She's been assigned the task particularly of bringing Mehul Choksi back. So she, along with the CBI official, are currently in Dominica. Besides that, you had also 2 representatives from the Ministry of External Affairs present there as well to deal with any issues that come up with extradition or deportation. Then you have also intel officials who are present there. So you see a whole battery of officials present in Dominica. Currently, all of them flew down in this jet. CRPF officers, 2 of them also went to Dominica to ensure security arrangements as well. So it is this jet that's currently stationed in Dominica. The hope is that authorities will be able to win this legal case, and then Mehul Choksi is brought back in this jet back to India.
Geeta Mohan, our foreign affairs editor, now joins us. Geeta, how do you see this pan out, really? Because you've got India that, wants him back, of course, and his extradition is something that they've been trying for a very long time with Antigua. What came as a setback was the Dominican government arguing in favor of deportation to India. And if I'm not mistaken, even Antigua is in favor of sending him back to India.
Well, the Antiguan government and the Dominican government absolutely in agreement with India that Mehul Choksi is a wanted man here and is wanted in India, so should be deported to India. Now, the question over here is about legalities. We'll be looking at 2 separate cases, but right now, in about some time from now, the High Court will be looking at the illegal entry issue and in all probability would be concluding, and the justice over there is going to pass the order. But what we're also given to understand is that the Choksi legal team is going to seek continuation and wants to argue some more with regards to the case that they have and put their points forward. We'll have to wait and see what the call of the judge is really going to be in the matter. Separately, the Magistrate Court is where the bail application was rejected, and the next hearing is on 14th of June. So, Chetty, for now, it doesn't seem like he's going to board that special jet that awaits him at the airport to bring him back to India.
All right, leave it at that. Thanks, Geeta, for joining us with the details right there. Setback to Mehul Choksi in the illegal entry into Dominica case as the court has denied him bail. Choksi is all right. We are getting that story to you in just about a bit. But Rahul Srivastav also joining us. Rahul, 6:30 p.m. is that crucial hearing today. Choksi's hearing is going to be resuming at 6:30. And from every end, it looks like this is end game for Mehul. He's going through setback after setback, whether it comes to Antigua, whether it comes to Dominica, and of course, India wants him back.
Chetty, let me just simplify the whole thing. It sounds like there is a lot of legalese, diplomatic terminologies. You see, right since the scam, Punjab National Bank scam broke out, Mehul Choksi and Nirav Modi were dictating the terms of engagement. They committed the fraud, they escaped the country Mehul Choksi bought his way as far as the citizenship of Antigua is concerned, and the Indian government could do very little. But in the present circumstances, the terms of engagement seems to have completely changed. Why do I say that? That now he is in a country, one which is a signatory to the Interpol. Now, there are 194 members of the Interpol, and this is a gentleman who faces a red corner notice. So any country, the national maybe of anywhere, has to respond to the country from whom the red corner notice has come, that is India in this case. So there is an obligation vis-a-vis Dominica, vis-a-vis India. The next is that in Dominica, he faces two basic issues. One is his illegal entry into Dominica, wherever he may have come from. And the second is the fact that where should he be sent to, India or Antigua. Now, the crisis for him is that he has entered without valid travel documents into this country, and Dominica is not bothered about investigating the fact whether he was abducted or not. For them, they will treat him as somebody who entered illegally. So even if he does get some respite in the lower court, there will be a higher court, and the basic case which will be tried on will be the illegal entry, and the onus of proving that he was abducted lies on Mehul Choksi himself. Given that scenario, whether the fact and all, whether he'll be deported is of a later consequence. Importantly, if you see how the terms have changed, his wife had remained underground, his brother was underground, suddenly they are out. So these changed circumstances have raised the odds against Mehul Choksi in the last 10 days.
All right, Rahul Srivastava breaking it down with that particular clarification coming in as far as this particular case is concerned. All eyes are on 6:30 p.m. at the moment. Thanks, Rahul, for now for joining us with those details. Setback to Mehul Choksi in the illegal entry into Dominica case as the court has denied him bail. Choksi is now likely to file an appeal before the Dominican High Court against the cancellation of his bail by Magistrate Court. He appeared before the magistrate yesterday on a wheelchair in a blue t-shirt and black shorts to answer charges of his illegal entry into the Caribbean island. Choksi in court pleaded not guilty to charges. His lawyer argued that he is ill and should be granted bail, but the magistrate refused to give him any relief. Choksi remains in custody in a hospital under heavy police security. The next hearing in the matter is going to be taking place on 14th of June. Choksi's lawyer alleged that he was kidnapped from Jolly Harbour in Antigua and brought to Dominica on a boat. Choksi's lawyer earlier claimed that a mystery woman lured and honey-trapped Mehul Choksi and brought him to Dominica.
The courtroom in Roseau, Dominica, the Mehul Choksi matter came at the Magistrate's Court in Roseau. He has been charged for illegally entering into Dominica somewhere around the 23rd or thereabout of May in 2021. The charge was read to him. He pleaded not guilty. The defense that is objected to bail, DPP acting Shema Dayarampal objected to bail, and then with no his leader Tony stated the reasons why bail should be granted. There was a back and forth as to the reasons why, and then the Chief Magistrate Kanya Carrot Judge said, given the severity of the matter and the probability that he may not come to court, she has taken the decision not to grant bail, and the matter is now set for the 14th of June in 2021.
India Today spoke to Mehul Choksi's brother, Chetan Choksi, who refused to comment on the deportation issue. Take a look.
This is the brother of, you are the brother of Mr. Choksi?
Yes.
It's nice. It's nice meeting you. Of course, I am one of the local persons in there. I was told that you were quarantined down at Portsmouth.
Sorry, but I'm not commenting.
Not commenting at this moment.
Okay,
so you've heard it there from the brother of Mr. Choksi that he is not commenting at this moment. He's basically there to give him some moral support. We are reporting live outside the court in Roseau, Dominica.
India Today has also spoken to Choksi's wife, Preeti Choksi. She claims that her husband was abducted from Antigua and has questioned why Choksi was tortured and abused. Here's Preeti Choksi in conversation with Rahul Kabal.
Antiguan Prime Minister came on record with India Today to say that Barbara Jabarika, this lady who travelled with Mehul Choksi to Dominica, was his girlfriend. What are you making of the Antiguan Prime Minister's claims that your husband Mehul Choksi actually willingly accompanied Barbara?
As the entire family, we are deeply anguished by the comments of the Antiguan Prime Minister. First of all, there is a police investigation on, and I believe he should have waited for the facts to come out before making these kind of comments. If that lady went supposedly to Dominica, where is she? Where is the Dominican police report on her? When they found my husband in Dominica, he was put into from this boat into a boat of another police vessel, and he told them who he was, that he is an Antiguan, and that he has been kidnapped. Where is the kidnapping report of my husband, which is a crime? It is an international crime, kidnapping. So my question is, where is this boat today? Where is the crew? And where is Barbara?
The Indian government at this time is very hopeful that they'll be able to get Mehul Choksi back. In some senses, your husband, ma'am, has become a showcase for the government's efforts to go after economic offenders. Are you a worried woman at this time that your husband's fate quite literally hangs by a thread depending on what happens in this court in Dominica?
I would say that if this is how you showcase, or anyone wishes to showcase an economic offender by torturing them, threatening to kill them, giving them electrical shocks, it is incredible that any business person feels safe in India. My husband was a businessman. He never had an NPA until this whole saga of PNB started, alleged saga. There was never an NPA in the company. And yet, everything is like he is the biggest terrorist or murderer on earth. I would request Interpol and all the world bodies, human rights bodies, and everyone to understand that this is a kidnapping that went wrong, and it should not be allowed to become a hostage situation. My husband is a citizen of Antigua and Barbuda, and it is the duty of Antigua and Barbuda to look after their citizens. They must take him back.
From a high-profile diamond merchant to a jeweler and fugitive on the run, from a man who weaved designer dreams to a man who is wanted now for 13,000 crore rupees scam. Here is a look at the rise and fall of Mehul Choksi.
स्वर्ण भारत की 3 योजनाओं का स्वर्ण शुभारंभ भारतीयों को
An event was held on 5th of November 2015 at the Prime Minister's house to unveil gold schemes, to tap into the yellow metal lying idle at Indian homes.
भारत स्वर्णिम युग के आगे बढ़े और आपका
Amongst the guests at the PM house that day was a diamond trader and jeweler from Mumbai, a certain Mehul Choksi.
बड़ा शोरूम होगा, हमारे मेहुल भाई यहाँ बैठे हैं.
Now, 6 years later, the same Mehul Choksi is no longer a celebrated diamond trader, but is an alleged fraudster, accused of a 13,000 crore scam and under arrest in faraway Dominica. The Indian government, under his one-time host, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, is trying to bring Mehul Choksi back to India to face trial. Mehul Choksi was born on 5th of May 1959 in Mumbai. Mehul's father, Chinubhai Choksi, was a diamond trader and operated Gitanjali Gems, a well-known diamond jewelry chain in the city. Mehul learned the trade under his father and then, in 1985, took over the 50 crore business from Chinubhai. He used to say that his dream was to make Gitanjali Gems the largest diamond jewelry chain in the world. Mehul Choksi's style of doing business was aggressive, taking risks and cutting corners. By the 1990s, it was paying off. And by the early 2000s, he was well on his way to fulfill his dreams. By 2005, Mehul Choksi's diamond and gem-studded jewelry were being sold at more than 4,000 outlets around the world. By 2006, he had even bought over a well-known US firm and had begun to be noticed internationally. It was around this time that a son of his Antwerp-based relative came to Mumbai as Mehul's understudy to learn how the diamond trade went in India. It has been alleged that Nirav Modi came here to learn the dirty tricks of the trade from Mehul Choksi. Sources say it started with the passing of poor quality diamonds as original good quality ones. An investigation by the Enforcement Directorate later established that the original cost of Mehul Choksi's diamonds were a mere 3 to 10% of the price that he charged his customers. In business, there can be ups and downs. And it was true of Mehul Choksi's business as well. His Gitanjali group of companies suffered huge hits in 2016 and 2017. It is alleged that it was at this point in time that Mehul Choksi, along with Nirav Modi, hatched a plan to siphon off money from the Punjab National Bank. The plan was simple in its mastery. On paper, Mehul Choksi and Nirav Modi had a good business track record and their credit rating was above suspicion. So the duo allegedly bribed one Gokulnath Shetty, an employee of the Punjab National Bank, to register a forged letter of undertaking. Using the letter of undertaking, Mehul Choksi and Nirav Modi got more than 13,000 crore rupees from the Punjab National Bank in 2017, only to launder it and to siphon it off. Using forged documents, Mehul Choksi got an all-clear report from Mumbai police that established him as a good citizen and that he had no pending criminal cases against him. Sources from within India's investigative setup now say that in reality, Mehul Choksi already had cases pending against him at several courts in India at this time. In November 2017, using his Mumbai police clean chit, Mehul Choksi applied for and got the citizenship of Antigua and Barbuda under the investment scheme there. In January 2018, Mehul Choksi left India for USA. This was just days before the CBI filed an FIR against Mehul Choksi, Nirav Modi and others in the PNB case. There are whispers that he was tipped off. In June 2018, a Mumbai court issued a non-bailable warrant against Mehul Choksi. But when India contacted US authorities to extradite Mehul Choksi, it was found that the fugitive diamond trader had already left USA a month ago. Mehul Choksi surfaced in Antigua, flaunting his brand new Caribbean nationality away from the reach of India's law enforcement agencies.